Hey guys, it is Breyer Trot here and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about my thoughts on the Breyerfest youth show. Just to let you know, all of my opinions I've had before going to the show and also like at the show or whatever. So these are not based off of how I place, because as you guys know if you watch my placings video, but you guys should if you already haven't, I didn't do the best, but I've been thinking these thoughts, like I said, before the show, and I know a ton of people who placed really well who think the same way that I do. So, yeah, I'm gonna be saying both the good and the bad about it, not just gonna focus on the bad because it is a good show for certain reasons. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna say all the good first and then go on to the bad. And yeah, I'll just talk about it more at the end, so let's get started. So the first good thing about this show is that it is extremely easy to follow. Not that I have a hard time following other shows, but this time, the show, they announce it, I think 3 times. They have like a first call, second call, closing call, like last call, and then class is closed. And they have a big projector which has a screen, and it tells you what classes are in what rings at what time throughout the whole entire show. So it's very easy to just go look up, see that, and yeah, it's just extremely easy to follow, and that's something that I really enjoy about that show. So as long as you're somewhat paying attention and like you know what horses are in what class, super easy to follow. So especially leads into my next point. It is, sorry, I have all my notes written down. It is the perfect show for newbies. Again, it's really easy to follow. I'm not saying like you're not gonna place very well the first time out. You're probably gonna end up placing better at a region show just because there's gonna be less people and such. But yeah, it is a good first show. It was my first show and I'm happy that it was. I think especially for younger kids, like the children's part of the show, it's just a perfect place for it, like when you're younger and like you're, I not want to say like you're not as smart, but like comparing like a 10-year-old to a 13-year-old, which is when I showed, I caught on very quickly. It was really easy. I actually ended up getting bored because I didn't have a lot of models to show. But yeah, it is the perfect place for your first show. I always suggest that that should be your first show, and usually newer showers aren't as experienced collectors, so most of them have mainly regular runs in their show string, or collection in general, and that's pretty much all you could show in that show. Not all of it, but a majority. Another good thing about it is a great place to ask questions, especially at the show. A few of the classes, they will like have everyone come up and they'll explain why they placed as they placed, and yeah, it's just a good place, especially for performance. If you are into performance showing, it is a good place to ask the performance judges what you did wrong, what you should improve on, and all that stuff. Another really awesome thing about this show is it is a chance to get really exclusive models that are a bit more expensive, are on the more expensive side, especially the glossies. It's mostly you get the rare models when or have a better chance of getting rare models when you're in the youth show, because the sectional champions and reserves get a premier model. I think this year it was Ashgar and Yasmin. Yeah, I think so. Was it? Yeah, it was Ashgar and Yasmin. And then they have for the overalls, you get a glossy Banks Vanilla, or Vanilla Banks Vanilla, I don't know, whatever one's right, I'm sorry, I always say it wrong, and then a glossy Allegro for the champion, overall champion is a Allegro. So they are glossy and it is extremely hard to get one. It's easier at the open show just because the glossies are their sectional prizes. So yeah, it's just a good place to get that. And I think for the children's show, I think that they get the, what's it called? The brick and mortar special. So I forgot who it was this year, but I know it was Toro last year. That guy right over there. he was the sectional champion, or reserve champion, I don't know which one exactly. And then the overalls for that group is a web special. So yeah, that's just a cool way. I know they had persimmon this year, which I love persimmon. If you guys don't know, I have one. But yeah, just really cool way to get rare models, and not for a lot of money. I think the show entries are $30 or something around that if you get a half table, and then I think a full table is like $40. So I mean, it's not that expensive, it's not a super expensive show. I've seen more expensive shows, and yeah, just a good place. So that is all the good. So now let's move on to the bad. So one thing that I heard a lot of people complaining about is that it is extremely limited, to the point where it's very annoying, especially if you are showing in the youth show. So you are allowed to have any regular run, and sorry, my phone just went off. Any regular run, and any Breyerfest exclusive model. So if the model was exclusively sold at Breyerfest, it couldn't be Toro, just because he was given out at Breyerfest, which is that's how it used to be. Like, if it was a prize in the show, then you would be able to show it because it was possible for you to get it at that show. But of course that wasn't the case, and it was just extremely limited. Not everyone had huge like, I get it, it's a huge show, it really is, and their classes already as big as they are, but it was just kind of, it's so limited, and it gets annoying, but I understand why they have to do it. I think that they should allow like at least 5,000 and more, just because even the Christmas horses weren't allowed to show, and that was like a big thing. And they said if it's in the catalog, then they can show, and the Christmas horses are in the catalog, which was very annoying. They are available to anybody, like literally just as easy to get as regular runs. Just because they were only available for that year is what made them limited, and a special run, but it's just, that was kind of stupid. I think that they should have let that go. The second thing I really don't like about the show is the Facebook group. They used to have a Yahoo group, which I loved. I thought that was awesome because all the questions would be sent directly to your normal email that you use, and then just asking questions were super easy. With the Facebook, you have to be 13 years old to sign up for Facebook. So if you're in the youth show, I guess this isn't a problem. But let's be real, Facebook isn't as popular as it used to be. I don't have a Facebook, and I really did not feel like anyone for the show, so I just used my mom's. So yeah, that was just kind of annoying. And they want us to be independent with the show, and I feel like using the Facebook, especially the younger kids who shouldn't have Facebook, but I mean, I guess some of them do, are always bugging their parents to use their phone to check the Facebook thing. And yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I wish they would go back to the Yahoo group. Yeah, I wouldn't do it that way, and I just feel like the Yahoo group is better and smarter, and I know the Open Show still uses the Yahoo group, so I don't know why we stopped using it. And in these groups, they did not seem to be very helpful. A lot of people would like ask, okay, I get it, a lot of people are asking pretty stupid questions, I'm not gonna lie. I read them and I was like, okay, that's a really stupid question. But they weren't being as super helpful. Like, somebody would ask if a model was limited, and instead of just saying yes or no, which is super simple, they had to be like, go check Identifier Breyer and see if it is this special run or a limited run or whatever. And then they would, and they were just like, okay, I did, but it's not specific enough because I thought it was a regular run, but it says stuff in it that makes it seem like it's not. And it was just, they could have just simply said yes or no. It's their job. They're getting, I'm 99% sure they are getting paid to do the show. So that I thought, just like, why can't you just say yes or no? It would have made it so much simpler. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. I think I asked one question that whole time just because I really wasn't looking at the group that much because it was kind of stupid. And yeah, I feel like with the performance they were pretty nice about, like, the performance judges were very like clear with their answers, but I guess with Halter, seeing if it's limited or not, it was just annoying. Okay, so this is just a super random one. I think it's extremely stupid that they don't split up European and American warm bloods. The class is huge as it is, and just bringing it together makes it that much bigger. It used to be American and European, but they stopped doing that for some reason in 2015. So yeah, that was just a bad part play on their part or whatever. Another thing I heard, this is not 100%, I don't know if this is 100% true, this is just what I've been told. Apparently the judges, someone heard, or someone's friend told them that they heard the youth show or youth session show people in the Clarion or something saying that they were nervous for the show tomorrow because it was their first time judging. Your first time judging should not be at a show as big as a Breyerfest show. It should be at a regional show. I get it, people start somewhere, but at a Breyerfest show, it's huge. It should not be your first time judging. I'm not saying this is 100% fact. This is just what I heard. If I could find the screenshot of when someone told me, I will put it up here. I'm gonna try to find it. But yeah, I was just like, wow, that's pretty sad. And it explains what gets to my next point, which I don't know if it's a bad or a good thing, but models do not place the same as they do in normal shows. So I've talked to tons of people about this. I like saying, like, I have horses who never place in normal shows, but place really well at Breyerfest, and then horses who don't even place at Breyerfest and get like first in a normal show. I feel it's not with every horse. I have some horses who do really well at Breyerfest and really well in normal showing, but for the most part, I've just heard a lot of people say that, and yeah, I guess that kind of explains it because they don't really know what they're looking for. I get that judges look for different things and judge differently, so I get like why, but it's just weird that it seems like every judge is doing that. But I don't know, that might just be a coincidence. But yeah, just a weird little thing, yeah, I thought of. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. This is not me bashing it. If it's your first show or you are eligible for it, I would say go for it. It's a pretty fun show. It's laid back in my opinion. They are trying to help you as much as possible, and yeah. I'm not going to be doing the show again. I think I'm able to do it next year. Actually, no. Okay, I'm 16 now, and I know 16 is like the last year you can do it. But I think you like have to be turning 16 in April or something like that. I don't know. I heard it from somebody. But I wouldn't do it again anyway. If I do go to Breyerfest next year, still not sure about that. I'll be having a video about that soon. So yeah, look out for that. I have a ton of videos planned, and it will hopefully be out and ready for the summer and going into the school year, just because the first few months are going to be hectic. It's my junior year, and I have field hockey with a new coach, and it's going to be crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have anything else to say, if you showed in the youth show or whatever, please leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion on it, and we are open to discussion. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, comment like I already said, and subscribe if you already haven't. Let's try to get to 2K by like Christmas. That would be pretty awesome. So yeah, stay fabulous. Bye!